Now today we shall discuss about ion exchange reagent method. Ion exchange reagent method. This method is also known as demineralization of water. Demineralization means every type of the ion, either cation or anion, every type of the ions are removed from the water. Means water is ionless. Whether the ion is hardness creating or not, immaterial. Every ion will be removed by reagent. So actually, in a geolite process, you know that only cations are removed because geolite has sodium replaceable ion. So sodium is replaced by calcium ion and magnesium ion. But other negative ions like sulfate ion, chloride ion, bicarbonate ion, carbonate ion, so negative ions are not removed by the zeolite process. So these ions remain in the water. So complete softness of the water is not achieved. So now this method, this is the very popular method, ion exchange reagent. This reagent is nothing but it is a cross-linked copolymer. Cross-linked copolymer. You know styrene. Styrene, we know styrene. This is the styrene. This is the styrene. You can write here styrene like this. This is the styrene. So when air molecules of the styrene polymerizing giving the polystyrene. So polystyrene and vinyl benzene are polymerized together. So giving a porous, microporous polymer which is known as ion exchange reagent. So ion exchange reagent is nothing but it is the cross-linked copolymer of styrene and vinyl benzene. So now this polymer reagent it is activated. So first of all we prepare a cross-linked copolymer of styrene and vinyl benzene. Again we activate it. So on the basis of activation we can prepare two types of the reagent. One is cation exchange reagent. Second, we shall discuss later on. Second is anion exchange reagent. So this is the cation exchange reagent. So this reagent originally this is the reagent. Now this reagent is activated. SO3H activated means benzene ring is sulfonated. So by sulfonating the polymer reagent, we get activated reagent. Since there is a hydrogen ion which is irreplaceable and therefore we say it is cation exchange. So just see here, this is the, suppose this is the reagent porous micropores are present in the resin. These are SO3H, SO3H, SO3H. So this is the functional group which has been achieved by substitution reaction of the SO3H. Now, as soon as we pass hard water containing calcium ion, magnesium ion, so what will happen? These reactions will take place. This is the regime, cation change regime. H ion, it is removed, replaced by the calcium ion. We shall get R2Ca, R2Ca plus 2HCl. 2R minus H plus, it is replaceable by the cation calcium ion. We get R2Ca plus H2SO4, RF like this. So in this way, you see that all cations like calcium and magnesium, which are hardness creating ion, so all these ions are attached with the resin, this resin, and hydrogen ion of the resin, it has been replaced. So that hydrogen ion react with the negative ion of the salt. Suppose the calcium chloride salt is dissolved in water, so chloride ion is also present. So chloride ion react with the hydrogen combined, and you will get hydrogen chloride. And similarly, if calcium sulfate is present, you will get sulfuric acid. If magnesium sulfate is, you will get sulfuric acid and magnesium ion attached to the resin. So this cationic resin is behave as a remover of the cations, and therefore it is called as the cation exchange resin. Now there is another type of the one thing I would like to say here, that after some time the resin becomes inactive. Resin becomes inactive. Why? Because this calcium R2Ca, R2Ca, R2Mg, so this is the resin which becomes inactive. Means no cation exchange can take place. So what to do? So after this we pass AC. We pass AC. AC over the resin. I will show the diagram, compact diagram of the plant. That is the cation and anion exchange resin, both are compact together, giving a full system of the resin in which hardness can be removed. So here this can be again activated. How? If I pour hydrochloric acid over the resin, again we shall get R2H, RH, not R2H, RH, calcium will be removed, giving the calcium chloride, and calcium chloride is soluble, and again we flush it out and we shall get activated resin. Similarly, this can be removed here, calcium can be removed, and the calcium chloride which can be flushed out, again resin becomes active, magnesium can be removed by HCl, so resin becomes active. Just you can see this is the regeneration, you can say this is the regeneration. Regeneration. Suppose this is the R2Ca, so 4 HCl, you will get R2RH plus calcium chloride, soluble. Similarly, magnesium chloride can be hard soluble, so you can flush it out, and calcium ion and magnesium ion, they can be removed and they will again become active. Now come to the another type of the regime, that is the anion exchange regime. So this is the regime, this is the polymer, this is the polymer. Now we activate it. How we activate? By substituting group having OH ion. So it is the CH3OH, CH2R3OH. This is the CH2R3OH. This is the CH2R3OH. Now this regime is anion exchange regime. Anion exchange regime. This is the B and ion exchange regime. So here these groups are substituted over benzene ring in the cross-linked copolymer of the styrene and vinyl benzene. So this is an ion exchange and ion exchange reaction. Why do we say it is an ion exchange? This is the OH minus and this is the plus. This is the OH minus, this is the plus. OH minus, this is the plus. OH minus, this is the plus. And here, suppose the hard core of the polymer is this one. This is the R, and here it is OH minus, OH minus, OH minus, OH minus. So all these OH group which is replaceable by another negative ion, like chloride ion, like sulfate ion, like bicarbonate ion. So OH group hydroxyl ion, it is replaced by another type of the ion which are already present in water. Suppose calcium chloride salt is dissolved in water and water becomes hot. So calcium ion is removed by cationic exchange regime. Chloride ion is present. So how to remove chloride ion? So chloride ion will be removed by anion exchange regime. Just see here, I put here the reaction. Again, it is copolymer of styrene and vinyl benzene. The regime is activated by substituting R2R3OH group. This is the alkaline group. This is the alkaline group. And in cation exchange regime, SO3H, that was the acidic group. SO3H was a strong acidic group, while COOH was weak acid group. So, in case of cation exchange regime, we substituted SO3H bisulfonation, while in preparing anion exchange regime, we substitute the alkaline group. So, what reaction takes place? So just see here. Suppose there are chloride, sulfate, and bicarbonate ions present in the water. After removal of the cations like calcium and magnesium ion, so what happens? This is the ROH. This is the positive, this is the negative. There is a chloride ion. There is a chloride ion. So what will happen? RCl plus OH minus. Chloride ion in the water, it is attached to the reagent here and we get RCl. Similarly, R plus OH minus plus sulfate ion. So you can get here R2SO4 plus 2OH minus. If you say bicarbonate ion, so ROH minus plus bicarbonate ion, you will get RnCO3 plus OH minus. So in this way, you find that all ions which are present by the dissolution of the salt creating, harness creating salt. For example, calcium chloride salt has been dissolved, calcium is removed by cation exchange reagent, chloride ion is left in the solution. So it is not proper to say the water is completely softened. So we have to remove chloride ion. So further, the water containing chloride ion, sulfate ion, bicarbonate ion, so that is passed over anion exchange regime and OH group of the anion exchange regime is removed by chloride, sulfate, bicarbonate, giving RCl, R2SO4, RHCO3, and we get OH minus, OH minus, and OH minus. So in this way, we discuss about the principle of the ion exchange regime in terms of the cation exchange regime and anion exchange regime. Now, I can show you the figure, compact figure of the ion exchange regime, how we can soften the water. Yes. So see here, this is the cation exchange regime and this is the anion exchange regime. Anion exchange regime. It is an ion exchange regime. This regime, this one, you can say like this, and this is the cation exchange regime. So what happened? Already I have told you, whenever water, hot water is passing through the first chamber, where cation exchange regime is present, cations like calcium ion, magnesium ion, they are removed from the water by the action of the regime. Where hydrogen ion is present over the regime, functional group, SO3H. So hydrogen ion replaced and it goes into water. Calcium ion, magnesium ion attached to the regime. So in this way, whole regime remove the calcium ion and magnesium ion present in the water. And we know that calcium and magnesium ion are harness creating. So now, this water, this is the soft water in comparison to the calcium and magnesium ion. So when calcium magnesium ion, so this is just like a zeolite process, just like zeolite process. You remember in zeolite process only calcium and magnesium ions are removed by the zeolite. Zeolite means R2Z. So Z is the zeolite, R is the regime. Sodium, Na2, not R. In zeolite, we say Na2Z, Na2. Sodium is replaceable. So calcium chloride, magnesium chloride are found. Again, for activating chloride, we use sodium chloride solution, dry water, and chloride becomes again active. So similarly here, when we pass hot water over cationic change regime, all cations like calcium and magnesium ions are removed, and water percolates through the all exchange regime, fine sand powder, and this is the gravels, and this water. Now this water contains negative ion like chloride ion, sulfate ion, bicarbonate ion. So all ions are present because they are not removed, only cations are removed. So these ions, their pump is we pump it to the second chamber. This chamber contains an ion exchange regime. An ion exchange regime like this. This is the anion exchange regime. This is the regime coming OH, OH like this. Here this regime. Now as soon as this water pour upon the regime, what will happen? This regime is ROH. Chloride ion, the C here. Chloride ion is present in this one. So what will happen? You will get RCl and OH minus hydroxyl ion. This is the positive, this is the negative. Hydroxyl ion, negative ion, it is replaced by the chloride. We get RCl and OH minus goes to the water. So in this way, again you can say ROH minus plus your sulfate ion. So you take like this, you will get R2SO4 plus 2OH minus. So in this way, you will find that all negative ions which are due to dissolution of the salt like calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bisulfate, all these ions. So calcium, magnesium ions are replaced in cationic change regime, they are removed. But negative ions are present in water, so these negative ions are removed by the negative ion exchange regime in this regime. So in this way you will follow that finally what we get H ion, here we get H ion, calcium is replaced, calcium replaces hydrogen ion from the regime, so H ion. Here hydroxyl ion, just see hydroxyl ion, it has been replaced by negative ions like chloride and sulfate. So H ion plus OH ion it forms H2. So what is formed? So overall you will find that this water, this is the demineralized water, means it has neither cations nor anions like chloride ion, sulfate ion or bicarbonate ion. So in this way you can use the ion exchange regime like cation exchange regime and anion exchange regime. So this is all about the ion exchange regime. Now look here, I explained two methods for the softening of the hard water. One zeolite process and second the ion exchange regime. Now in zeolite process I told you that after some time zeolite becomes inactive because of the attached cation like calcium and magnesium ion. So that becomes inactive, that is zeolite becomes exhausted. Now there is a numerical question. So it has been asked that a zeolite softener was completely exhausted and then regenerated by passing 200 liters of the sodium chloride solution containing 100 gram per liter sodium chloride. It means there is a 100 liter sodium chloride solution which is also known as the dry water. So how many grams of the sodium chloride is dissolved in 200 liters to prepare a sodium chloride solution? So it says that 100 gram per liter. Good. So 100 liter of the sodium chloride solution contain how many grams of the sodium chloride? 200 into 100, that is 20,000 gram of the sodium chloride. So, sodium chloride. But as we know that hardness is always measured in terms of equivalent of the calcium carbonate, in terms of equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate. So we have to change the amount of the sodium chloride in terms of the gram equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate. So how we can change? Just you say multiply by the molecular weight of the calcium carbonate and divided by the molecular weight of the sodium chloride multiplied by 2. You say, I we know the sodium chloride molecular weight is 58.5 and equivalent weight is also 58.5. So here, this is the 2 times of the equivalent weight of the calcium chloride, because you know calcium carbonate has equivalent weight 50. Equivalent weight of calcium carbonate is 50. Twice after 50 gives the molecular weight. So we multiply that 2. So in this way, we can calculate the amount of the sodium chloride in 200 liters of the brine water in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent, and that is the value says 17094 gram. Now change it in terms of the milligram, because already we have studied about the hardness of water, which is represented in terms of the ppm or milligram per liter. So change the gram into milligram, so multiply by 10 power 3. So in this way gram has been changed into milligram. So this is the formula. Volume into hardness, it is equal to this much. Volume of the water and hardness of the water, this is this value. So what is asked? How many liters of the sample of water of hardness also ppm can be softened? कितना आयतन पानी का, हार्ड पानी का लगेगा इस जियोलाइट को सॉफ्ट करने में, जबकि पानी की हार्डनेस 500 ppm है? तो बड़े आराम से आपने ये समझा होगा कि जियोलाइट एक झार्ज हो गई तो रीजनरेट करने में हमने कितना सोडियम क्लोराइड का इस्तेमाल किया। तो कहता है कि 200 लीटर सोडियम क्लोराइड का इस्तेमाल किया, तो 200 लीटर में कितना सोडियम क्लोराइड घुला हुआ था? तो कहता है कि 100 ग्राम पर लीटर, तो 100 ग्राम पर लीटर तो 200 लीटर में मल्टीप्लाई किया, 20,000 ग्राम सोडियम क्लोराइड गया, इसको चेंज कर दिया कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट के ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट में, ये वैल्यू आ गई 17094 ग्राम के इनटू मिलीग्राम। तो वॉल्यूम इनटू हार्डनेस, हार्डनेस इज ऑलरेडी गिवन हियर 500 ppm, तो वॉल्यूम इनटू 500 एंड देयरफॉर वॉल्यूम कितना आयतन पानी का जियोलाइट सॉफ्ट कर सकता है, वो है 500 से भाग दे दिया, यू विल गेट दिस मच अमाउंट, दैट इज द 34188 liter, and this is the volume of the water required to be softened by the zeolite process. Thank you very much. Thank you.